All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, early morning in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall, and I will, and I will rest therein. Resting therein meaning I will lay my head on his bosom and listen to his spiritual heart sing unto my spirit. I shall rest therein. I want to first and foremost give all glory and honor to the Most High Yah. I want to give him all praise and glory for being who he is by himself, not needing you nor me to make him to whom he is. He is the I am. That means he can be whoever he said that he is and he want to be because he all that answer. He don't have to answer to us. He don't have to be what we say he should be or how he should be. He is all that answer. How you like him now? So I come to you this morning to give him the glory and honor that's due him. In the year of 2023, this is July the 19th, early morning. Even in the midnight hour, do he need to be given and all praises and all glory, whether it's midnight or early morning. All praises and glory and honor and recognizing, saluting his will, saluting his way, salute his order, salute the word, salute the power, salute the Father himself in the heavens, salute him. Let him be who he say he is without adding to him, without taking away from him. He's all that and some. When you can understand the beginning to the end and everything in between is out of the power of the creator, the most high Ahayah, then will you be able to understand the things that is or that was, that is, and that shall be. You'll never understand it. It ain't meant for you to understand it. It's meant for you to walk in your own understanding and lead your own self or allow idol, your idol God lead you. And we know that men today are idol gods in the eyes of the flesh of man today. And it's okay. It's all well. It is written because the books were closed. Revelation speaks of when it's going to be open. See, people didn't know there's two sets of books. You have a book, which is a single book, which is found in the book of life. And then you have the books, which death and those that are going to receive the lake of fire are in the books. They don't know nothing about that. Oh, they're false God. Okay? Their idol God has not taught them that. They ain't reached that level yet. I forgot. Let me not go there because they haven't reached that level. But I have to leave that room for their false God to give them their understanding, their wisdom, and their knowledge. Okay? Their feelings, their personal opinion, their emotion. You have to leave that idol God to them so that they can learn from that end, which they have. That's the only end they're gonna learn from, because he says, seek ye the kingdom first and foremost. They didn't want to seek the kingdom. They want to play role playing. They want to fake it till they make it. They're loving the world down here, swimming in it and embracing it. And Yah said, Deborah, this need be. So all them times he was telling me this need be, he was saying, it's written. Praise the mighty Yah. It is written. They don't know nothing about that either. They don't understand. It ain't nothing down here new under the sun that heaven ain't got written in the heavens. See how messed up people are? They thinking they idol God, which is man, is teaching them something and giving them something, putting an ego and a pride how would I say, a deceitful mindset in them. Guess what? Heaven's already got them wrote in and wrote out. He said, Deborah, this need be. Praise the mighty God. I want to give him glory and honor again for who he is all by himself. Not needing Sister Deborah to be anything to him, but that I am what he called me to be in him. And I give him glory for that and honor because I'm nothing without him 100%. Him 100%. No part of me is anything, but he is 100% all that and some. And I thank him. I honor him. I glorify him. I magnify him. Because he have not, you know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. This is a creator who don't have to prove himself to you nor I. But he do. He proven himself. We're in the year 2023. We're at the last hour. We're in the last hour. He ain't proven himself. This is not the hour where he have to prove himself, make himself known, make people understand who he is. No, he got his voices out there, just speaking and pulling back. Speak, pull back. Speak, pull back. He ain't got time to play with no one. It's over. It's finished in him. Because it was finished in the heavens before heaven and earth was created. Right now, people just walking that thing out. What thing, Deborah? That which is written. So if they wonder why they're like this, and I'm like this, why am I doing this? Why I can't be this addiction? Why I can't stop this medication? Why I can't be healed? You know why? You're where you're supposed to be in this day and time. Because your heart matches your actions and who you are. Okay, so I want to say to the Most High Yah again and again and again. He knows that there's no end to me just glorifying him and saying, thank you, Father Yah, for being all that you are, all that you were, all that you're going to be, because I know you're going to be something later on, because you're going to show up and show out. When people thinking they all in full control, they got this thing, you're going to come and you're going to crush every tower that pretends, that fake until they make what they get and have what they think they want. And then you're going to bring towers down. I want to just thank you for just being you all by yourself. And I thank the Most High for not doing or speaking unto me regarding changing the hearts of man in this day and time, and constantly reminding me it is finished. That's the comforter. The comforter would come and say, Deborah, this need be. Deborah, stay in your lane. It is finished. It is over. This is a creator that knows the beginning to the end, and all of it in the center of his hand, that right hand, which is his power. He don't need to bark at nobody. He don't need to get nobody to understand him and what he stands for and who he is. No, not in this hour. We in. It's over. We in the midnight hour. And believe it or not, the trumpet have been blown several times as a warning. It ain't gonna change anything. It's just what heaven had already had written that shall come to pass. That's why it got to come to pass. It ain't coming to pass to change you, to mold you, to shape you, which are clay that has gotten hard. It ain't time to put more moisture onto the clay and soften it up and get it like this and then get it like this. Baby, let me tell you, the potter of the clay had already formed you before you was in your mother's womb. It is written who you were, who you is, and who you gonna be. Praise the mighty Yah and his right hand power. So I, Sister Deborah, come to you all with a pretty good message here. And like I said, I want to share with you all what the Father has done. And it has been on my heart, say in the last couple of weeks, but I just been like, oh, whatever. And I missed out last time for not taking heed to my Father. When I say take heed, is the blessing is sitting there for me, and I'm studying walking around it. You see what I'm saying? I'm walking around it, going this way, going that way, until He put me in the situation to preach, to teach the poor in spirit being robbed. Now I'm sitting up here, and this thing is keep bothering me. I'm saying, okay, I don't know if I should. I don't know. I've lost out before, but this time I lost out too. But when the Father said, okay, Deborah, this is it. You need to go on. And when I went to do that, let me guess what, y'all. I got blessed. I got blessed. And I thank the Most High for allowing me to be able to teach those two messages regarding robbing the poor in spirit, because it's so much righteousness out of the bosom of the Father that was put forth in those messages, because it was so much spirit and truth and light in it. He said it would cause the multitude to go in their direction to the broad gate in which it was already assigned. And I thank Him for that, because He showed me, see, this blessing's been sitting here waiting for you. And I told you a couple of weeks ago to go for it. You don't need the flesh of man. You don't need nothing out of their hands. You don't need nothing out of their mouth. I am all that you need. I thank Him, because when I stepped in there, the people said, the individual said to me, oh, no, ma'am. You're already qualified. You're already eligible. When I got off, I sat down. I couldn't even digest it in the flesh. And I'm like saying, but what am I lacking? Because He had already blessed me last week with an overflow. The Father blessed me last week with an overflow to where I took care of everything that's going to take place next month. Everything that deals with 300 people. The Father took care of everything. He blessed me to take care and make sure I was, because I'm a person, when I step into something, I don't care what it is. When He allowed me to step into something, He allowed me to fulfill it with His blessing. And I thank Him for that, because He's showing me, see, you know I'm all that and some. You've been dealing with me for too long. You ain't never looked to nobody but me. And I thank Him for putting that on my heart, because what I was doing with what He gave me to do. I thank Him because He said, Deborah, this is a part of separating the wheat from the tare. This helps you to understand who's who and what's what. When people think they are who you are, and they want to pretend and fake it until they make it, all you have to do is speak spirit and truth in righteous, and you will see them flee. He said, that's not a bad thing. That is a good thing. Thou knowest. He knows I know, because He always stayed on me for many a years. It's the narrow gate. It's not the broad. So like I said, if it's just one, Sister Deborah's all right. But I thank Him for last week's blessing, because it took care of everything and then left still some overflow. I think that is so, woo! And it didn't have to come out of nobody's hand, but His being released unto me. So in these last 2 weeks, I've been kind of poked to do this, to do this. And I said, no, I ain't going to deal with this. I ain't going to do that. I did this before and lost out of it. But this time, I'm sitting on the couch, and He said, do this. I said, I got so much to do it. And when I did it, y'all, I was so, So it was an, see, this is why I can talk about Him. I know who He is. See, people think they make you. And furthermore, they think they can break you. You can't make me and you can't break me because you don't know what I'm made up of. And that's where it shows the fakeness that you're making. That shows who's who and what's what. And I thank the Father for that because he said it was just an amount of time. Whatever you say, their spirit was already waiting to get into their emotions. So don't think that your righteous speaking, your true and spirit is speaking, is going to bow down. No. He that's in me is greater than he that's on this devil platform. See, that's what people don't understand. They thinking that Sister Deborah is fake as they are. Really, seriously. Or if I'm sitting listening to her, she would have to be as fake as I am because she don't know who I am. I'm faker than fake. But let me tell you something, baby. I got a lane. Do you? Are you running in that lane? Or do you have one? You get it? So therefore, it's nothing that you can do outside of running to another platform that will bless Sister Deborah. Run to another platform that will bless me because I'm waiting only for he that is spirit and truth walking in Yah, appointed, anointed, and predestined in Yah. And anything outside of that, whoop, swoop the coop. Whoop, swoop the coop. Because those who have the Ruach HaKodesh, they ain't caught up in their feelings, their emotions, their personal opinion. They not caught up in all of that. They caught up in, I want to hear what Yah has to say to my spirit today. That's it. They ain't caught up in all that fake it until they make it or thinking they gonna make it. I heard a Gentile last night, y'all, when I got off the line. I heard a Gentile, and guess what? Someone texted the clip to me. Someone text me this here video of this Gentile. He had to have been like 65, maybe older. And he broke that thing down. And I'm like, wait a minute, Father Yah. How did he? See, what Sister Deborah, I do have an issue. I really have an issue. I really have an issue. And I know the only one can help me here is the Most High Yah. And I think he is helping me. And that's why he allowing other Gentiles to bring in truth. This truth that the Gentiles are bringing in might not have 100, but it's good enough for Sister Deborah because a lot of things that they are bringing in is truth. I cannot deny truth, no matter what nationality it comes in. And that's where I have an issue with people thinking and meditating on life in the flesh and not focusing on that which is in spirit. Do you think that the Father is caught up in this race marrying this race marrying this race? What is it that man focus on the outer appearance versus the inner man, which is the spirit of who he is? See, there is a lot of role playing, faking it, thinking they making it on these devil platforms. Sister Deborah has been rooted for so long in the spirit realm. I know more about the spirit realm than I know about the flesh realm. You know why? Because that was my upbringing. You know how you said, how was it when you came up with your mother and father? When someone needs to ask Deborah, how did you come up in the spirit, in the upbringing of the spirit? Because that's where I say, you can sit and you can take this book, precept it, line it, little here and little there. You can battle, debate, and use it as an iron claw. But come up on me in spirit and truth, you're going to have to stand down. And I mean all the way down. Because the Father dealt with me since I was 4 in the spirit realm. This is even when I learned, I think it had to been probably after I was like 6 or 7 or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about aliens. I knew they exist because the Spirit of the Most High Yah had already told me. So when I did see later on in life Will Smith situation, it bothers me. I even told my children that it bothers me when I saw Will Smith movie. When he was pulling that alien from underground, I was like, y'all, this here has already existed. This always been. You can't get people to embrace stuff that you're seeing because they're in such a mindset of being deceived. And this is the reason why in Matthew 24 and verse 4. And this is what the Gentile man was speaking that blew me off the map, because I'm sitting here. When did it come in? I think 11 o'clock last night. I looked at the video. He texted to me. I looked at it and I said, come on now. This is a Gentile. Pull it on up. Passing y'all. Because y'all playing games with yourself. You're playing with yourself. Let's say it like that. You're playing with yourself. Let me tell y'all, when this man was talking, I sat and I listened to him. I said, now, no, he didn't go there. It was so hard for me to embrace the fact that he was speaking truth. And here it is, a people who call themselves something that they can't afford to call themselves, because whoever they say that they are. But they're going to be that on the earth. Heavens don't see them to who they say they are on the earth. That's what they don't understand, because they think that they have all the knowledge that passes all understanding in their flesh. They don't understand that heavens had orchestrated the beginning to the end. He got one here, he got one there. He got one this way, he got one that way. Don't tell my Father which way to go. Yeah, y'all can role play that mess. Keep role playing it down here on earth, thinking you going somewhere. And you have no characteristics, no heart, no treasures, and desire to have hate in your heart due to treasures. Thinking you hurting somebody. Baby, you ain't hurting nobody. Take your crumbs to another page. Get off this page. Take your crumbs to another page. Surely somebody would embrace to receive your crumbs. Take your crumbs to another page. This page is spirit and truth. It's going to carry the light of the Most High God. Okay, so this individual, European, he was speaking and he was talking about spirit and truth. And this man was talking, and I mean, I thought about the person, this male who sent it to me. I'm like saying, this person kind of know me, because they sending my words right back to me. And it's not my words, but the words that Yah has given me, they sending it to me so I can hear it. But why is it I'm getting these things from heathens? Not heathens, let me not say, from Gentiles. Why are they the ones speaking truth? Why? See, I like how y'all rumble. I like how y'all rumble, because there is Israel and the tribe of Judah. They're so bent upside down, so gone. He said, until they are destroyed. That's the end game. Until they are destroyed, that's the end game. Until they are destroyed, that's the end game of Deuteronomy 28. And not one male nor female would teach that and preach that according to even what they read. But they try to use certain verses in certain chapters and certain scriptures to tame you. Y'all don't care about your empire and your temple or your fruit of your flesh. You cannot dare buckle up any fruit of the spirit with the fruit of your flesh, because every fruit that you have inherited from this day backwards and to come, or of your flesh. It does nothing in the spirit realm. That's why they don't understand. It's not about. But see, this devil platform feeds people to think that they all that and something. So they feel that they can tell you something because of what they have. See if they can walk heading to the narrow gate with the light. See if you see them walking to the narrow gate with the light. That's why I said, everybody that has been on Sister Deborah page, I say unto you, take yourself, go to somewhere else. Find you a place that you can rest therein and be the blessed as you can possibly be. Because the games that play on this page, it's not going to be tolerated. I'm not putting up with it. So find another page to join. Okay? This one is not for you. You can't make Sister Deborah, nor can you break me. That's why y'all son 2 overflows in the last 2 weeks. Just to show me. See? Don't ever look for obedience as my prophetess. These people won't follow obedience. They won't build their treasures in the heavens, Deborah. So don't look for it, don't preach it to them, and don't teach it to them. Let this page be the page in which I draw my anointed ones unto. Praise the mighty Yah. Go take your crumbs somewhere else. Your heart, take it somewhere else. Your understanding, take it somewhere else. Your wisdom, take it somewhere else. Okay? Your feelings, take it somewhere else. Your emotion, take it somewhere else. Take everything about you elsewhere. I was saluted day and night. So, the father, I got up this morning and I feel really good. And I went into the bathroom where I ran the water, not looking for the voice of the Most High. And he began to say to me, now you see, greater is me in you than he that's on the left, the right, in the back of you, and all the flesh that's in front of you, pretending that they understand spirit and truth and the light. I am all that and some. With you, in you, for you, in the front of you. Stay in your lane and run that race, Deborah. And I give him all the praise and the glory because he showed me how no one on the left and no one on the right, no one in back of me. Stay. Let me tell you something. When they come up on you on the side, they come up on you in the back, just keep running forward. And anything on the side of you and in the back, I knock out the way. And I thank him for that because when he gave me the robbing the poor in spirit, a lot of individuals who have listened, and when I say a lot, I'm going past those 2 or more. That's a lot. That's how I call it. Because y'all tell me, long as it's one, Deborah. Even if that one got to be you, just one. Hallelujah. And he's speaking of righteous. But when I spoke those 2 messages, it done something to me because I was so energized. I was so there. And it wasn't what I wanted to speak. It was what Yah gave me. And because he gave it to me, I don't look at the face of those on this devil platform, whether they're going to receive it or they're going to believe. Baby, please. You don't know the one I serve. I don't know the one you serve. But I can tell you this. The one that I'm going to serve, I'm going to serve it all the days of my life. I'm going to praise him. I'm going to glorify him. And I'm going to honor him for all that he is, was, and going to be. Because I've gotten a chance to know him like that. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I thank him for suffering me to know him that way. I thank him for that. Because he don't have to suffer me to know him like he is or who he is. But he has allowed me to know him for who he is, not who you say he is or who you say I am. He said, if they don't hear you, they don't hear me. They just too ignorant to grasp it. They would hear the idol Yah. They would hear idol God, the idol so-called Yah. They would hear them day and night and day. That's why a lot of them call themselves and have Yah as the first. Yah this, Yah that, Yah this, because they think that they are Yahs. They think they are gods. And people have put them so far on the pedestal to where they can't come down and say, wait a minute, I bow down to the true and living Yah. Identify the Most High as being the true and living, and get these people off your mind and serving you like you an idol God. No, they ain't gonna turn that in, baby. They ain't turning that in. They loving it too much. They in the world. They of the world. You so they ain't gonna turn that in. They love it. And they loving it to the point where Satan got them locked in and locked out on the addiction of being a leader, ruler, king, and whatever, with no righteousness, no spirit and truth, no faith, no belief, no fear of the Most High God resting therein. And they in this for the all the world has to offer them. They in it for that purpose. And y'all say, let it be. Now, one thing that let me show you what this man was saying. I think that's be the video that someone sent me. I'm going to show that, and I'm gonna see what time last night did that come in. 11:06 p.m. Let me see if this is it. Oh, it's turned.
Come to the end of the age. Now, some people might say, well, there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. And
praise the mighty Yah. Let me tell y'all, Sister Deborah is one that gives credit to the he that is due credit. You see what I'm saying? And I give this man credit because this is what Yah has given him as a Gentile. I don't listen to,
well, there's going to be wars and rumors of wars and nation against nation and earthquakes and famines. Well, those things have always happened.
Mm-hmm.
They're happening more now than they've ever happened. But they've always happened. And somebody could say, oh, come on, that's always gone on. So Jesus began with the sign that's most important for us to understand. And it's in verse 4. Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed. It's the word blepo, but here it's the direct form blepete. It's like he's just grabbing hold of them. Stand up, listen. He's trying to jerk them to attention. Take heed that no man deceive you. Deception is the most glaring sign that we've come to the end of the age.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what is going on. And that's what I try to pinpoint to many of you about Mount Olive when he was on the Yeshua was on the Mount Olive with his disciples. Oh, I should have let you hear what he said. I should have let you hear the fullness. He said, I want you to see, I want to let you listen to it again and see how he mastered it in the order in which Sister Deborah have taught it. You know, and this is where people are messed up from the floor. They're so busy on this devil platform warning you all that's gone. You're already gone. Warning you about wars and rumors of wars, or this happening and that happening, this happening, baby. The biggest thing going on the face of the earth is deception, being deceived. I didn't give him. Let me get that back to you. I didn't give you, and that came in at 11:06 last night. I'm going to let him show you how he gripped it. And the way he gripped it, I knew then that is spoken in truth. Because the way he gripped it, he rolled it out in a way that Sister Deborah feel it in her spirit and has spoken it. Because I always said, well, wait a minute, hold up, Yeshua. They asking, the disciple asking you in this private moment, what will be the end days? What would it be like? And I'm trying to figure out, what is it to them? What is it that they want to know what my end day is going to be? And the Most High said, Deborah, stand down. Hold up. Stand down. Yeshua got this. Finish reading. And then Yeshua said, wait a minute. Let me tell you. And this is how I taught it. And I think I done taught it about 6 times on this devil platform. Yeshua said, wait a minute. You want to know what the end days are? I don't have no problem telling you what that is, but let me tell you 12 disciples. Let me tell you something. See, that's the problem with the people today. They are so 100% deceived to where when the prophet come warning them of how they are, they get offended. That's because you deceived, baby. Sister Deborah ain't defend you. Sister Deborah ain't done nothing but spoke spirit and truth. If it pierce you, it's because you are born of the flesh and not of the spirit. Because the spirit handles spirit and truth, no matter which way it comes. That two-edged sword can go any way there is. Spirit and truth gonna handle it. But those that can't handle it, they run away with emotions and feelings. Go. Take your crumbs somewhere else. Okay? So I want to show you again what this man is saying, because I should have let him finish. That is the same way. And this is why this person is giving it to me, because this individual already know that I have taught this at least about 6. He don't know I taught it 6 times, but he heard me say it so many times that he brings it up at 11:08 last night so I can hear what he have said. Why? Because it's bouncing off of what I have already spoken. And that's why I'm not caught up in nationalities. I'm not caught up in race and color, because what I see from Deuteronomy 28, these darn Negroes don't understand. You are destroyed. And when you grip what you all don't understand, because you are destroyed, Yah is going to come get his, even if they are destroyed. And the other ones, the small remnant still coming out of this being destroyed. They still coming out. That's why they destroy before they get to the promised land. He's going to clean that mess up. Okay? So, listen to him again. Just listen to how he said, because that's exactly the way I taught it. Let me get this right. Okay? This man, when he said it, and this is why I was telling you, when this man said this like this, he spoke like me. And I said, wait a minute. He telling spirit and truth.
Jesus began with the most obvious sign that you've come to the end of the age.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people might say, well, there's going to be wars and rumors of wars and nation against nation. And
now, I had to stop.
Well, those things.
I had to stop there. The power in what he said. Now, this is why I say many would come onto this platform and hear Sister Deborah, and probably one will get it. One will get it. Oh, yes. One will get it. If you hear what he said about Yeshua at the beginning. See, you can't just look at him and hear Jesus and, oh, he's talking Jesus. You's a fool, you're going to be a fool. Because if you think the words out of somebody's mouth, whether it's Yeshua or Jesus, it's going to be measured in Yah as what is righteous and what is no one. Why would Yah force the listen to this? Why would Yah put your tail, house of Israel and tribe of Judah, in captivity and warn Abraham, you're going to a land that not even the forefathers, nor he, nor them knew of, nor the language. But they gonna come here speaking your Hebrew and the way you say Yah is spoken. You's a fool, you's a fool, and you's a fool, and you gonna say a fool. Because these Negro men deceive y'all at the highest level than any heathen or Gentile could have ever in all your life. Your own people have deceived you. Just as Joseph was put in the hole by his own brothers. The whole tribe put Joseph, the elect, the anointed one, in the hole. And you thinking that the Hebrew Israelite movement, these brothers ain't putting y'all tails in the hole? Yes, they have. And they putting dirt over y'all on top of it. So don't come telling me somebody saying Jesus, because you should listen to the beginning of how he's given the power of who Yeshua was. See, that's what you see. People don't understand. I don't give a rest behind about the name they say Jesus. Many of you all are so sick, you won't accept Jesus, but you accept Christ. Many of you all won't accept Jesus Christ, but you the one lost, messed up. If you're not gone, I don't know what is. Because he told Abraham back in Genesis, you're going to a land that you knew not of, nor the language. So how are you going to come here in captivity with a yoke around your neck and expect people to speak the language of your nation when you didn't know how to act right when y'all gave you your owns? You was over there doing the same cock and picking thing you doing right in this country. You were doing in your promised land. So who messed up from the floor up? You are. There's no spirit and truth among you all. And you got these idol gods, which are these men, they're pretending to be all that and some, leading you straight through to the broad gate. And you all happy galore. Now, this man said something at the beginning of this message. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to get one to hear. Hear him in the beginning of this message. And I'm hoping just hear him at the beginning. What he said about Yeshua. Okay, wait a minute. The devil is a liar.
Well, there's going to be wars and rumors of wars.
I got to get this.
With the most obvious sign that you've come to the end of the age. Now, some people might say, well, there's going to be wars and rumors of wars and
he said it
nation
already.
against nation and earthquakes and famines. Well, those things have always happened. They're happening more now than they've ever happened. But they've always happened. And somebody could say, oh, come on, that's always gone on. Mm-hmm. So Jesus began with the sign that's most important for us to understand.
Most important.
And it's in verse 4. Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed. It's the word blepo, but here it's the direct form blepete. It's like he's just grabbing hold of them. Stand up, listen. He's trying to jerk them to attention. Take heed that no man deceive you. Deception is the most glaring sign that we've come to the end of the age. Mm-hmm. Jesus began with the most obvious sign that you've come to the end of the age. Now, some people might say, well, there's going to be wars, rumors of wars.
And he did. The obvious, Jesus come to trying to explain to them the most important thing that he said to the disciples. While you worried about what's going to be at the end, let me tell you what could be in the midst of you. Be not deceived. Because that's the greatest thing that's going to be going on in the end, y'all. It's going to be going on right now. Right now is you being deceived. And if you can't see to it that you are being deceived, then you are not only deceived, you are lost without a cause. Because the deception is what he wanted the disciples to know. It stood for them as it will in the last days, being deceived. And that's why I say that these men are caught up from the floor up in an idol god, man. That's the idol god. Now, I'm going to say this man said it like I was teaching it. He was teaching it like the Spirit had given it to me. So I can salute him on that because he said it perfect. Because it doesn't matter him saying Jesus, not to Sister Deborah, to you. Yes, it should matter with you because you gone. To Sister Deborah, I hear spirit and I hear truth. You see, that's what I hear. And when spirit and truth is heard, or when the truth is heard, I take that truth, put it beside spirit. I said, that man is preaching truth. You see? And when truth comes, I don't see no color. I don't see no race. And that's why I don't get it caught up in white people marrying blacks and blacks marrying white and all of that, because I know the truth of the whole matter is this whole mission is spiritual. It is not fleshly. And because we are fleshly being who serve and worship our flesh instead of the the Most High in spirit, then we get caught up in the things of the flesh. Because when you get to talking about white men marrying black women, black women marrying white men, with Sister Deborah, I see jealousy, envy. Come on, let's go deeper than the color. Let's go in the spirit realm. They don't want to go there. Now, see, I won't go for this white lady marrying this black man or this black man marrying this white lady. That's flesh. It goes to the ground, y'all. Why are we battling that which goes in the earth? Pull up and battle that which is in the spirit. They won't go that route because in them is jealousy and envy, because maybe it was a time period in which they desired to be on the opposite end of a nation being involved. And they got what they got, and they see that they don't have what they desire and hope for and dream for. Now they so in tune to bashing black women with white men and white men with black women. With Sister Deborah, I go into the spiritual realm. I battle that in. That's my calling. My calling is not to play with your flesh, because I know where it's predestined. I come to speak spirit and truth, to go beyond the flesh. And when we deal with the flesh and the flesh only, we are damned, because we are not teaching spirit and truth. We're teaching flesh on flesh, because that's the only way we get license to strive and we get satisfied in our flesh. That's why when I pulled up and said poor in spirit, robbing the poor in spirit, robbing the poor in the spirit, guess where that went to? Past the flesh to the spirit of man. And angry and upset. Feelings got in, emotions got in. And I'm glad, and I thank the Father that I am glad. Because it's separating the wheat from the tare. It's showing you who's who and what's what. When the conscience is tampered with, that shows you are born of the flesh and the flesh only. And it don't stop with Sister Deborah. It's who you go to next, and next. It's going to be who you are for eternal while you're here on the earth. And woo, what is your gift in the heaven? Your destiny when you stand before the judgment. A lot of people don't know what you are able to handle on the earth really tell you who you are in the heaven. So role play it, fake it until you make it, and good luck with it. So I got a lesson here, and it starts with the gospel. Not the gospel. The first John is beautiful. It is awesome. It's off the chain, and I'm hoping that I'm able to. You know what? I think I would shut this video down where I have gone this morning on a 1 hour, and then I'm gonna come back up and teach John. 1 John chapter 3. And I will be back. But I will say to you all that my glory and honor and praise goes to the Most Ahayah, who's worthy to be praised and honored and glory and magnified. He's all that and some. And guess what? He don't answer to you nor me. It is finished in his bosom. While you're walking around here thinking that you're going to role play it, or you're going to make it what you want. But you can make it what you want, or you can fake it the way you want. It doesn't matter. He already got you in the Lamb Book of Life. And anytime your emotions and your feelings gets in the way, you're knowing then that you are born of the flesh. Because when you are born of the Spirit, you look for things of the Spirit to comfort, to nourish you. And if it something that somebody says cause you to get caught up in your emotions and your feelings, then you are of the flesh and not of the Spirit, like you thought you were, or like you think you are, spirit and truth. You see? So I, Sister Deborah, again say unto you, go take the crumbs in which you have in your sack to another page. I suggest and say unto you, go with your crumbs in a page and in your sack and go elsewhere. Stay off of this page. It's not meant for you. So I, Sister Deborah, will be back. I'm going to boot right back up to do my lesson in John, 1 John. So I said shalom and shalom.